So I will transfer you my energy. I will transfer my karma. Here is my karma on you.
We are brother.
Please record.
Boom. Boom.
Yeah. Connected to the cloud server.
I should like done my hair better.
The cloud. Okay. And here we are, folks.
Are we live?
We're live.
Oh shit.
For those of you watching the first ever video recorded episode of Question Talk, you missed Shane parting his hair. He did an okay job. I think we have like the same haircut right now, to be honest.
Well,
it's kind of it's long,
like quarantine zone.
Egg-shaped.
I am not getting my hair cut until I have to go back to work.
Well, we can't get. Where are you gonna get it to cut?
That's what I'm saying. Like when I have to go back to work.
Yeah.
Other people have to go back to work.
Are you still shaving?
Yeah, just because it's ugly. I have the worst facial hair. I get it like right here, but it's even when it's thick, it's not thick. It's like it's weeds.
Even though you shave it a lot, I felt like my mustache is one of like the thickly grown like areas of my body because I shaved it for so long.
I started shaving when I was in like 6th grade just because somebody told me that if you start shaving, your facial hair would grow. So I started shaving like really young. Just even there was like nothing there. I started shaving because they said,
at it. Nice.
Yeah, because that's what I thought. But you know, this thing called genetics is important.
Yeah.
And yeah, my dad has no facial hair. My dad has a mustache, but his doesn't look bad. My mustache looks like I'm a level 5 pedophile.
And your brother? Doesn't your brother have a facial hair? I feel like I saw facial hair at your wedding at the reception afterwards.
Yeah, he has like
weird.
Stupid chin hair, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't good facial hair, but it was it's something growing. Yeah.
We're follically challenged for sure.
Nice.
You're the opposite. You're like
that's everywhere. Yeah, like down. I shaved recently, but it was like down to like my chest hair and my neck hair like connected for like a good couple weeks. And it probably, I mean, technically it's still connected. It's just not grown out because it's just hair. So that's.
Oh my gosh, you know.
It's a lot of hair.
So you know what they call it, the happy trail or whatever?
Yeah.
Like the belly button, like to the.
Yeah, there's just one semi-hairy people have just a little trail of hair down their body, leading to their privates.
Yeah, yours is like
like a fucking magic marker compared to a ballpoint pen.
No, yours is so. That's the happy trail. Yours is like the Appalachian Trail from your head to your toes.
That's true. It is the entire front of my body. I don't think the Appalachian Trail is very wide, though. So the Appalachian Trail is just very long.
Wow.
It's more like the Grand Canyon of body hair, or like the like some other wide space, you know. Isn't that crazy? I wonder if you had all of the hair that you've ever cut off your body or shaved off your body, if you put it into like a ball, how big would that ball be? If you like really thought about it and like you pressed it down every so often, how big do you think it would be?
It'd be gross.
It would be fucking gross. But this is important, so we have to get the bottom of it.
Yours would be like quadruple mine, I feel like.
That's true. Well, how fast does your hair grow?
My hair grows faster, but I still feel.
I don't know. Well, I mean, because if I shave this every day and I don't let it grow, then it's only like the little quarter of an inch, right?
And but it adds up.
That's true. It does add up. I guess it's just comes down to. But you've also had longer hair than me. like grown just longer.
Yeah.
I think that I think my ball would be bigger, but how big do you think those balls would be? How big do you think those hair balls would be? The hairy balls
I
in
love
question, how
hairy
big are they
balls.
going to be?
I'm trying to think of something that's like ball shaped that's fairly large, and the
Like
biggest thing I think of is like a ball. Oh, you know what? I got it. You know those balls where people get inside and they like run and play sports.
yeah.
That's how big.
Just that
Because
big.
it's packed.
I was thinking like bigger than the Bean in Chicago. Thinking bigger,
Huh.
but I don't know. Don't know.
Hairy balls.
So, all right, let's go over the questions for now. Oh, or not the questions, the actual topics. Well, I'm just going to pick two, prisons and the Panama Canal this episode. Shane gave me the research topic, the prisons, just prisons. And Shane is supposed to research Panama Canal. And I think that's all I want to say before getting into this. Do we have any announcements? I'll think of it. Who cares? All right, prisons or Panama Canal? Who goes first?
Prisons.
All right. So I learned some interesting things about prisons. The first thing that I thought about with prisons was the difference between. Well, I've always heard of this like controversial issue about private institutions being prisons, like privately owned prisons, and I thought that was really interesting. So I looked into that a little bit more, and there's primarily just two of these huge companies that control most of the private prisons in America. One's the Geo Group, and the other one is like CNC. They keep changing their names, but the issue, I guess, is that these prisons profit from it's just a business, and in one sense, I'm like, okay, well, that's they're providing a service to the community. They are housing these inmates, and depending on the size of the contract that they get for the price of those services depends on the quality of their surroundings while they're detained or while they're serving their sentence, which I thought was like, okay, well that seems kind of fair, I mean, like, because they can, if the contract that a certain county or state puts out there for to obtain like different proposals and stuff, if they have a lot of money to spend, then they can spend it on a higher quality prison, so the inmates have a higher quality of life, which I think is good. But on the other side, you're profiting from just people being in jail, and I don't think that's good because that seems fucked up. And
a little bit.
yeah. But what sucks, and this kind of leads to private prisons just sucking even more, is because they have costs, and in order to reduce a business, in order to run, they have to make a profit. So the costs of the business need to be below the revenue that's coming in, and in order to reduce costs, the prison then would reduce the amount of people working at the prison, quality of the food, the quality of the inmate's life during that prison term would decrease. And I understand that they are in prison and they've done something wrong, but it doesn't mean that we need to be barbaric about it. And I think that when I think it's messed up because in order for the prison to run, then they have to do those things. They have to make cuts to the quality of life of these people, and I don't think that's good. And for example, there's this New Mexico, there's this prison riot in New Mexico, and it was at the Geo Group prison, and it was in 2017 in New Mexico. And this guy, serial killer, basically convinced one of the security guards working that night, or prison guards, not even security, I guess, call them prison guards, but convinced him to open the fucking door. And on the video, you see the guy opening the door, and then the serial killer who's got this sick, nasty ponytail. It's fucking like serial killer-esque. And he steps out.
Wait, serial killer ponytail?
Serial killer ponytail, yeah. You know, the freaky, creepy guys? That's like it's just like a weird thing. It's like I feel like every serial killer has like a weird attribute about their physical appearance. You know what I mean? I feel like Ted Bundy has like those little beady little fucking eyes. And I don't know, I just think that. I think serial killers have a weird appearance. But he comes out of the jail, the cell, and throws this trash bag like to the right of him. And I guess it's like to distract the guard, because then he just puts the shiv up to the guard's neck and like pushes him against the wall, and then like takes the keys from him. And then he just starts opening up all the fucking cells, and the guard manages to run out, but everyone else is still locked in the cell. And the crazy guy opens up this other dude's cell, and they take him out, take this guy out who's just as an informant, and they like slit his throat. Like the first thing that they do is just go fucking kill this dude. And then they set a fire and all this crazy stuff. And the reason why that happened was because it was only that one prison guard who was like his like a couple months into the job, and he was the only fucking one there. It was the only one in that cell block, and there was like 40 or 50, maybe even more than that. I know that 40 or 50 like escaped and like went around inmates. But the reason why is because they were understaffed. The Geo Group understaffed that prison. And the only thing that happens when the prison's understaffed in New Mexico is they get a fine. And they accumulated in 2018, they accumulated like $1.3 million in fines. So they were just like, fuck it, we don't need to do this. We don't need to staff our prisons. We'll just collect these fines and just take it as an expense. So I thought that was crazy. And that's why I was like, man, well, I think that the government should just provide all prison and have it all be the same and shitty. You know what I mean?
Actually, don't think it should be shitty at all.
You don't think it should be shitty?
No. Let me clarify shitty. I mean, I don't think it should be poor living conditions. I think that it should be what a prison is. I think it should just be bare bones. This is what you got. I think maybe for the worst kinds of criminals, like maybe like mass murderers or something like that. But I think prison for somebody who, you know, is falling on hard times, they just went and stole a bunch of crap and now they're in jail for 5 years. They're essentially living in like the same conditions as somebody who's like murdered somebody. So it's kind of,
yeah, it's jail.
Yeah, no, but
Scare you straight.
There's so many studies out there. Yeah, but there's so many studies out there where it's like prison is one of like the worst things you can possibly do to people, because it's like it's almost like a sense of like torture. Because think about it, they can't have sex. They live in they're essentially living in a quarantine area, but it's shitty bed, shitty food. They're not like required to, you know, educate themselves any further.
But shouldn't the knowledge of how prison is deter you from stealing some bullshit?
Well, no.
Well, I mean, like if you understand what prison is, shouldn't you? And you, I feel like everyone knows what the consequences are of certain things, and then you go out and you steal like 5 TVs.
I don't think so.
You don't think people understand what prison is?
No.
Why?
I just don't think you know until you get there. You have to spend time in it.
Okay. So?
Like
So you-
even like people who are in prison and they get out, they're still more likely to
right.
commit crime and come back in.
Yeah, well, those people are just products of the system, though. Some people just enjoy being in prisons because they don't have anything else to do, and they like the structure of it. The problem is I feel like if you spend more time making the facility in prison nicer, you have to use that. You either have to continue with private institutions and profitable prisons, or you have to get the government to get. Then the government pays for it if not, and then you're spending tax dollars. And I don't feel like paying to make. I'm all for reform and like getting these people back into the job force and not. But after they paid they're done their time in a sense. I'm all for like setting them up with like a program that gets them into a job placement or house placement or something like that. But while they're in prison, I don't feel like the tax dollars should be spent there.
I think they should be like if they're not like disabled or something, I think they should be like required to work like either job A, B, C, or D, and where they make money
Like
while they're in
before
prison.
going to prison?
Huh?
Like before going to prison?
No, like while they're serving, they need to.
They're working? Like they work
Yeah.
like the what do they do in movies? Like make license plates? Do they really do that in real life?
They have to. There's,
I feel like who else would,
but I think a lot of the time they don't make any money off that. It goes straight to the whoever owns the prison or the state.
Right?
So I
Or
think
like
if they're
a penny
working,
or something.
yeah. Well, one of the things is most of the reason why people commit crimes is because of the environment they're in. That they've fallen on tough times, and it's like, oh hey, like I need to steal this. I need to. Or they live in a bad area where there's like gang violence. They're like, well, I have to kill this person or they're going to kill me. So it's like a product of the environment. Checking out the dog over there.
Yeah, she barked. Did you not hear her bark?
No.
Oh, it's good. Nice. Doesn't mean you guys get to do it anymore.
Jim took the dogs out to so they wouldn't be here.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
But that's good. That means the Mike's maybe just forget what that's called, like unidirectional or
Yeah.
I need to know that.
Yeah.
But I think if you give these people opportunities to make money for their families and for themselves in prison, when they come out, let's say you serve 5 years in prison, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you make minimum wage or in prison, let's say you're doing job making license plate. If you make money, put it in a bank account and you go, hey, like you can't touch this bank account until you're out. Or you can, but you can only I don't know, give it to people or something like that. Then when they get out,
yeah,
huh?
I like that idea. That's kind of like what I'm saying too. I agree with that. Like setting up with something, like put them like, yeah, it's almost like, I don't know, because then I'm like, okay, well these guys work, but are they really sorry for the thing that they committed, like the crime that they committed? Or did they just do it to, like they're getting a reward now in a sense? Like what if that person came from nothing, doesn't have anything, didn't have a job to begin with, broke the law, did some bad stuff, and then now has a job that provides for his family, and it won't get to him, maybe, whatever the parameters are, maybe it doesn't get to him for 5 years, or maybe if there's like, it's not even, maybe it's just like $100, but it's even $100. It's more than that person had. So what do it seems like you're almost rewarding the bad behavior.
Yeah. I feel like they should have so many more programs for people. Like there's people in jail that I would consider their crime not that big of a deal. For example, let's say they stole 10 TVs. Honestly, do I care? No. Does Best Buy care? Yeah, they care. But if they get it back, no harm done. Because he's getting arrested. So you're gonna, okay, you stole X amount of money. I think it's like over 1,000. Is it over 1,000? That's like grand larceny or whatever.
Yeah, like 1,000. Yeah, it's over 1,000 because that was how much Dog the Bounty Hunter's staff was when I stole it.
That's what I'm saying. So this person stole $1,000 and now they're in jail for 5 years. That doesn't make any sense. They should maybe do a working program or something where you go, hey, you have to show up every day here. You can go home, but you have to show up every day here or not. Maybe even put a tracker on. I don't care, but
Yeah.
I think it's better than saying, hey, you have to live in this tiny little cell with
Yeah,
somebody you
like
don't.
house arrest should be like, you know, then someone could get a job online doing something, but just be stuck to their house.
Especially nowadays where it's so many people can work from home. They could,
The
you know
whole
what they could do? They could mine cryptocurrency.
Yeah, they could.
There we go.
They could, yeah. The cryptocurrency is wild, man. I'm almost through this book that I'm reading about it. It's pretty crazy. I'm into it.
You think it's the future?
Eventually, yeah. I mean, blockchain. Yeah, I think that it's already being used in private institutions, like private financial institutions, like the technology, just because it has like, I mean, it's like a permanent record.
Security features.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's like
yeah.
it's like a permanent record, and you can't crack the code. It's like impossible to crack it because you have all these people mining the shit. It's all very interesting. I'm into it.
Yeah. Didn't I tell you to buy some?
Yeah.
The one I bought like 1,600 shares of this one, and it's kind of for a joke, but I'm buying it for the potential in like 30 years for it to go up to like $1 a share, and then I'll have
millions.
A good bit of money.
Yeah. They said that if you invested like $100 in Bitcoin within the first couple of months that it was Bitcoin in 2008, you have millions of dollars right now. You have millions of dollars for every 100.
Did you hear about that football player who, I forget who it was, a football player, when it first came out, told his financial advisor to put $1 million into Bitcoin. And that was when Bitcoin was it was either like $50 or like $500 a share. And the guy was like, oh, okay. He didn't do it. And then, Bitcoin's at like 10,000.
Didn't do it?
No, he just stole the money.
What?
So they were interviewing him, and they were asking him, what is he going to do for money? He goes, no, I'm fine. My financial advisor, I told him to invest $1 million in Bitcoin.
Oh my God.
And he said, I should roughly have 27 million from Bitcoin or something. That was when it was at 19,000 share, but still half of that is still 10 million.
237 million.
$237 million is how much he should have gotten.
Which guy was that?
What was his name?
Darren McFadden.
Darren McFadden. Wow.
Oh, the running back.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, then he sued the...
Yeah, he has to. Did he win?
I think so.
He sued Michael Vick. Why?
Darren McFadden sued Michael Vick.
Yeah, it says he sued Michael Vick of some Arkansas last June for $15 million, alleging money was mishandled throughout his career.
Is it a different Michael Vick?
Yeah, I guess maybe that's why they say
Michael
Vick of. No, it's no relation to the former NFL
okay, yeah, it's not our Michael Vick, or the one that's well known.
But which included $3 million loss in a Bitcoin business venture.
I'd be so pissed off. See, those financial advisors, man, that's...
Well, I mean, that guy, just straight up, he's a criminal. He just stole his money. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't even just, like, bad financial advice. That was just wrong.
I know.
All right,
I couldn't imagine doing that for somebody. I couldn't imagine.
Making financial decisions for him?
No, I'm fine with, but just saying, somebody's come to me and my profession's financial advisor, and they go, hey, I want to invest in this. Can you put money towards it? I would give them my advice, say, hey, I don't think that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. if they say I don't care, I go, okay, it's your money. I put it towards it. I'll take a percent cut of whatever the contract is. I don't know how that works. Usually they make profit if it's off the gains, or it's like a certain percentage, but would never just be like, oh, here's $1 million. Yeah, I'll put it towards Bitcoin bank account. Like there's no, you're gonna get caught.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
What is he gonna say? Oh, you know what? Stocks took a hit. We lost all of your money.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm gonna audit you then. I'm gonna do something.
What if the guy was just like, hey, well, in 3 months, actually, I changed my mind, or what if you wanted to, like, I don't know. I guess it's not really.
Hey, can we cash out and put it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a question about prisons, or was that
I
it?
did.
All right.
I was going to ask you if we were to start a prison on the moon, which criminals would you send there?
Oh.
I think there's a movie kind of about that. I think like
Wow.
Sylvester Stallone. And they, if they're on the prison, they have to mine moon rocks.
The moon rocks. Man, I mean, honestly, that sounds like a pretty good deal. So I would probably send like the people who committed the like petty crimes, like the guy who stole the TV for 5 TVs, or the hit and run, or all that stupid stuff. I would send those people to the moon to mine moon rocks, and now I would just have like a steady system of people coming and going, like a good recycling inmates, so everyone gets a chance to go on the moon. But I would leave the really, really bad murder people in like a cell in a locked away dungeon. Naked.
They say that those astronauts who are up in space, the first time they see Earth as like a whole, they have this what's the word I'm looking for? This
premonition.
Yeah, or something like that, where they stop thinking of individual states or countries, and they start thinking as like the world.
Wow.
Like all the people in the world, and not just local issues.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The one astronaut that I think we listened to, he was on Rogan's podcast. He said that he looked out the window when he was in space to see the Earth, and he was kind of disappointed because he's already seen so many videos and stuff of what the Earth looks like.
Wow. I don't think I would be disappointed. That would be super cool.
Would you ever go to space?
Yeah, absolutely. Heartbeat.
For a year?
Yeah. Yep. Would you not go?
I don't know if I would go for a year. They say there's so many health problems that occur, like all of your muscles and bones like atrophy. And
space. Like I would take.
I'll do it for a month.
A month?
Yeah,
I'll do it for. Well, no, it's a year or nothing. You don't get another option. Either you don't go to space or you stay there for a year.
No, I'm.
So you're just not going to go to space
for a month.
But you don't get that option.
Well, I'm making it an option.
So the only time that you would go to space, it was for less than a month or less.
Well, I'll commit a month petty crime.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
yeah, it would have to be like
for 30 days.
No, it would have to be like from 3 years to like 10 years. No, maybe like 5, like 3 to 5. And you would like spend your last 2 years on the moon.
Have you seen that that movie with Vin Diesel? It's it's like Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's kind of what I thought.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does. Those people are in that prison type at the beginning, right?
Yeah, it's a planet that's a prison.
Yeah.
They have like 3 suns, and the suns are close, and every single time it turns, like the whole planet catches on fire, kind of.
Yeah. That's how he dies at the end, right? Spoiler.
No, he does. No.
Not him, but the other guy. The like guy is chasing. They like race across the planet because the sun's coming up.
Yeah. That was awesome. I actually liked that movie a lot.
Yeah, I own it. Gee, I didn't know that it was. Excuse me.
Wow.
I didn't know that it was the prequel or the sequel to Pitch Black. Forget which one.
I've never seen Pitch Black, but there's another one. There's like Chronicles of Riddick, and there's like
Pitch Black.
Riddick. I think it's just called Riddick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that one, but that was a good movie. Yeah, that was one of the first action movies, like sci-fi action movies that I got into. All right, let's switch into Panama Canal. What you got for me? What you got for me?
Well, the Panama Canal, it's a canal in Panama. If you don't know what a canal is, it's like a thing of water.
Nice.
That's pretty much. No, I'm kidding. So I know that the Panama Canal was created. I want to say it was early 1900s, late 1800s. Let me see. I have some notes. Yeah. So the Panama Canal began in 1881 by the French, and then the U.S. took over the project. The canal was opened in 1914. The reason why the canal was created was the only way to get from the Atlantic to the Pacific was going down the Cape of South America, which is super dangerous. So they're trying to figure out a way to save time and make it safer. So it was built, and I didn't really find too much else that I was actually interested in because it's just kind of a canal. And
Did you
that was
know
about it.
that the Panama Canal was sold or given back to the Panamanians? And
No, I didn't
now
know
it
that.
is completely operated and run by the Chinese.
I did not know that.
That is a interesting piece. I forget what president it was. I want to say it might have been Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson?
Jimmy Carter, I mean. Jimmy Johnson is a car driver. Jimmy Carter, yeah, I'm pretty sure that he fact checked me, but I'm pretty sure the U.S. was operating the Panama Canal, and then they were getting I don't know if they were not getting tariffs from it, or they just it was free travel, or if they were, then they were giving it back to the Panamanian government. But Jimmy Carter was like, okay, let's go ahead and just give this canal back to the Panamanians because then they can use it to make money. They can generate and get jobs. But then they ended up outsourcing that or selling it to the Chinese or something. China runs it, isn't that right?
So it was President Jimmy Carter.
President Jimmy Carter is correct.
And he signed a treaty that would promise the control back to the Panamanians by the year 2000.
So he promised a deal that would give back to the Panamanians, give the canal back to the Panamanians by 2000. And then now who runs it? Does it say anything about that? Or is that just a conspiracy theory?
Well, it looks like it says a Hong Kong-based shipping company.
Yeah, so there you go.
Well, Hong Kong and China
Right.
are completely different.
Well, yeah, but yeah, I mean, I misspoke in terms of what country it was, but it's outsourced to a different country.
I'd rather have it Hong Kong than China because Jem's mom lives in Hong Kong. She said it's so much different. Like, it's super nice because we're going to try to go there one day. Not anytime soon.
But yeah, I found that interesting. So my question is, what like world wonder or famous structure or prize of a nation would you want to purchase for the United States? So like You have
Like Mount Everest, can I purchase a mountain?
yeah. You can purchase a mountain. You can purchase probably not like an ocean. That's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Well, oceans aren't owned by anybody.
I guess you're right. Yeah. Like I mean I guess maybe like a sea or like like the Black Sea. Like you could probably do like I give you like a lake, like the Nile River if you wanted that. Like you could probably have that, but not like such like a ungoverned body of water.
So the first thing that came to mind was the pyramids, but
It's pretty cool.
I kind of want something that is worthwhile.
What do you mean? More worthwhile?
I think I know what it would be. Yeah, I think the Great Wall of China would be my choice.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We're building some miniature version down in Texas.
Did they start that? I thought it was just kind of like
The wall?
yeah.
No, it's like there's like 200. What? There's a lot of miles of wall.
Yeah, but it doesn't look anything like the Great Wall of China, right?
No.
It's just kind of like straight up.
Yeah, it was a joke. So this is a comedy podcast.
Great, Great Wall of Albuquerque.
Yeah. So you would go with the Great Wall of China?
Let me Google some wonders of the world.
I would think. I was thinking about this too.
I want the Great Wall of China just so I can say, "Goddamn Mongolians." Have you seen South Park?
No, I hardly ever watch South Park.
There is an episode where this guy is like building a wall, and the Mongolians like keep
City Walk. City Walk.
yeah.
So my city wall.
I think it's Shitty Wall, right?
Yeah, but it's city. Yeah. I think what I think was cool was is it Florence or Venice? It's Florence. It's under water, right? Or is it Venice? Venice. Venice is like with the gondolas. The canal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't say it. Gondolas in the canal. I think that's super cool, but what a terrible thing for the city because it's like it's bad. But
the only other
pretty cool.
The only other thing I could think of is the Rome Colosseum, but I would want to bring back fighting in the Colosseum.
Put the UFC in there.
That would be cool.
They
should do that here in America.
Build a Coliseum.
They should build a Coliseum for the UFC.
Yeah.
In Vegas or something.
That'd be cool. Or they should. I feel, but yeah, that would be cool. I wish it was like possible to have like battles, like UFC type fights, but with weapons. But everyone would just die, and that wouldn't be good.
Yeah. I kind of wish there was a place, like a business or a TV show or something, where you just show up to this location, you sign a form, and there's refs, and you go, okay, how much do you weigh? Okay, we're gonna put you up against this guy who weighs this much. You don't say how much experience they have. You just want to fight somebody. Go, and it's streamed, and depending on how many views you get paid.
That's fair.
That'd be pretty cool. We could start that.
Yeah, you and Jake Paul. First competitors.
That'd be so awesome.
Yeah, that's funny.
In the Roman Colosseum, we could. Is there a place in the United States called Rome?
Yeah, I think it's in Georgia.
Yeah.
There we go. It's warm down there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Then we can have like a kids version of UFC where everyone just gets Nerf guns and Nerf toys, and they have to hit each other with them. And then they
You
have
know what's
only
funny?
a certain amount of time, and whoever gets the most hits wins.
You know what's funny?
They all squeak.
Remember they had that zombies thing at Shepherd where they had
Yeah.
So if anybody doesn't know what this is, I forget what it's called, but essentially it's a zombies thing where one person starts out as a zombie and everybody else has Nerf guns and they have a bandana. And if the zombie touches the bandana before it gets shot by a Nerf gun, then that person becomes a zombie. So the objective is like after a week, who wins, the zombies or the humans? However, they have events where all zombies or all players have to meet at one location, and then every 5 minutes the zombies come again. Even if they get shot, they can like respawn and they keep trying to get people. I forget what it's called. It's like humans. I think it's just humans versus zombies.
Like
and
zombies, yeah. Zombie apocalypse or something.
yeah, and some of those kids had those Nerf guns that could shoot, 100 rounds and things like that. And you know the gun you have, the rival, the Nerf guns with the little balls?
Yeah.
I don't know if those are allowed in the thing, but I'm sure I don't think they had them at the time. I think that's a newer type of weapon. But I would get the rival with all 100 all 100 little balls and then just go to town. I think that would be so much fun.
Yeah.
I want to do laser tag. I haven't done laser tag in a while. Have you?
It's been a couple of years, yeah. We should do.
I think the last time I went was with people from work maybe 8 years ago, 6 years ago, and it was so much fun. There were so many little kids there, and I kept shooting this one kid. I was like around the corner, and his back was to me, and I kept shooting him, and his thing kept going off, and he kept throwing his hands up in the air, like, what is going on? I had no awareness to like look around, turn around, me being like 3 feet away from him, and that round I won because it was just so many points just from, think about 10
little
points.
kid.
And then it goes, and I would look around, try to shoot, because I think after you get shot, it's like five seconds, and then you begin again. So he was just sitting there. I'd shoot him, look around, try to shoot other people, come back 5 seconds later, shoot him. And it keeps score, and at the end of each round or something, you get the score, and I was like way at the top, and people were like, how'd you do that? I was like, stupid little kid.
A kid probably.
Because you have different objectives. Like the one game is to capture the flag, where you have to like shoot the flag and then go on the whole other side and then shoot your target, or just different things. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've been paintballing too. Laser tag paintball. I like laser tag better because it's dark and it's inside. There's like you can like run around, but I guess I've never really played at a paintball place that has like a really cool obstacle course type. It's just like a big
It's so
open field.
expensive.
Yeah.
Paintball's so expensive.
Right. Yeah. People get really into it though.
Yeah. Have you ever seen they used to play it on ESPN. They used to have I think it's called JoJo there. Have her look it up. I think it's called like X Ball or something, where it's like capture the flag, 2 teams, and they have the snake on the one side, and all like the different barriers, and you try to get everybody out, and then you capture the flag and bring it back, and it's like the first team to win like 7 matches or 3 or something like that moves to the next round. I used to watch that all the time. It was so fun to watch because I was like, I would love to play this, but paintball's so expensive, and I think I was in high school or middle school at the time, and my mom wasn't going to pay that much money. I had a paintball gun, but the paint itself was so expensive.
Yeah. We played capture flag a lot when we were kids. That was fun. I'd watch that where you just kind of you run around
Try to catch the flag. If you get tagged, you go to jail, and then
and then the flag just stays right there. Yeah, and you can like. I remember people would get so mad when you were what was it called like guarding the flag. You couldn't guard the flag. You couldn't guard jail either.
yeah. But they would anyway. Every
Yeah,
game.
but there was no reason. There was no real rule. It was just like you can't do it, but you had to. So it was like I'm just not going to not guard this.
I went to a summer camp where it was at the park in Boonesboro, and we would play capture the flag almost every day, and we would almost always put the flag up in the tree. There was a tree that you could climb, and it was one of those things where it was kind of difficult to get up to the tree because somebody would always guard it. So you'd almost have to, I don't know. You definitely have to make rules. You have to make like a circle or something where you can't
Yeah,
be within
circle.
that vicinity, or it's not fun.
Yeah. It's tough.
Gosh, now I want to play capture the flag.
Nothing else to do.
Yeah,
Couldn't
but
even now. You could just have to get real close to them and like throw something at them.
did you hear those schools? I don't know if they still do it. I know it was a while ago where they stopped letting kids play tag at school, and it was shadow tag, where if you stepped on their shadow, then they were out
Oh, that's dumb.
because they didn't want kids touching each other because they thought it was inappropriate.
We had to stop
Wow.
playing Red Rover in elementary school.
Well, that's way different because
Red Rover.
Red Rover is intense.
Yeah.
you know how many kids got hurt from Red Rover?
A lot.
Probably a lot.
I remember there was
You get
one
hurt?
time when this little kid was playing Red Rover. He tried to get through, and we clotheslined his neck, and he flipped.
Oh my god. Is he alright?
Yeah,
Did he have surgery?
I don't know.
He died.
However, I didn't know this, but when
What
I
do you have to
was
do now?
in high school, one of my friends, like one of my best friends in elementary school, brought it up to me. He goes, Shane, like, you're the one who broke it was either I think it's arm or his collarbone in elementary school. And I was like, wait, what? He goes, yeah. He goes, we were playing chicken on the monkey bars, and you kicked me off, and I landed, and I think he broke his collarbone.
Oh my god.
I didn't know about it until
Oh,
10 years later.
You didn't know that he broke his collarbone?
No, I thought I was just being a little bitch.
So wait, you playing chicken on the monkey bars?
You know, yeah, like where you hang.
Oh, I didn't know. I know what the monkey bars are. I didn't know that people played chicken on them. You guys just climbed towards each other and then kicked each other?
Maybe not the monkey bars. What's the thing where I think it's the monkey bars where you think you go across?
Yeah, it's monkey bars.
Yeah, so
You're just hanging there and then you guys just start kicking each other.
Yeah, and the first one to fall off loses.
No, I didn't. I never played that, but that was good.
Oh.
That sounds good. You
Yeah,
broke
I had no
collarbone,
idea.
you fucked him up.
So I don't have his number anymore, but I'll have to reach out to him. His name was Luke. I'll have to reach out to Luke and be like, hey, this is true, right? And he goes, yeah. Maybe I'll give him
I think there were. You got anything else on the Panama Canal?
No, do you have anything about why a Hong Kong-based company owns it, other than maybe profits?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely just because of profits, I would imagine, and probably Intel because a lot of trade ships probably go through there and cargo ships. I mean they do go through there, but that was just something that my aunt told me, and I didn't know. I don't know why I would have. I don't know why I didn't think this, but I didn't realize that like we owned it at one point or we were operating it. I didn't.
Yeah.
I just thought. I mean that makes sense. So.
I think we built the
Yeah,
canal.
yeah, right. But
We built it.
I know we built it, but I didn't know that we were operating it. I didn't know that. I thought that was just that was Panama's job, and that was non-negotiable almost. But I guess it is. Everything has a price.
So originally, though, we wanted to build a canal in Nicaragua, not Panama.
Why?
it says the United States wanted a canal linking the Atlantic and Pacific for economic and military reasons. Consider Nicaragua a more feasible location than Panama.
Why?
However, that view shifted thanks in part to the efforts of this guy, France, who's an engineer. I don't know why.
Okay. We don't know why. That's a cliffhanger for you. It's some homework. Go Google that and learn something today. I think that's it for episode 6, which is this episode.
I feel like this was kind of a not as exciting episode. I think we gotta bring some more energy next time.
Yeah, it's weird not being in the same room.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on like a conference call with my weird twin brother, my hairless twin brother. I feel like we're in different realities because you're wearing glasses, I'm not. I have a beard, you don't. But we have the same kind of haircut.
It's one of those things where it's like the before and after picture after somebody shaves.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. Wait, hold on one second.
But John went up to maybe use the little girl's room. Oh, it's a sneeze. Oh, he's got the corona.
Now we look exactly the same.
Those glasses are actually kind of similar. What if we start mimicking each other? No, it's the opposite, right? You have to go opposite.
No, I'm you.
No, but is it like a mirror?
Yeah, that's your left hand, right?
Yeah, but
It's my left hand.
Yeah, it should be your right hand.
If it's a mirror, it's the same thing.
No.
Yeah, why? Yes, you're in the mirror. You're looking at yourself. When I raise my left hand, myself raises its left hand.
No, it's not.
What do you mean? It's not.
Look in a mirror.
Okay.
Go to a mirror and just do this. Which is the mirror's right hand?
It's the same hand. It's my
No,
hand.
it's opposite.
No, it's not. It's still my
100%.
left hand. It's being raised in the mirror.
But it's the mirror's right hand.
If it's from the perspective of the mirror, then it's still the left hand.
No.
Do
Do it right now. Just do it right now. Think about it.
What?
So, like, you're looking in a mirror. Look at me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a mirror. No, look at me.
I'm looking at you. What the fuck?
You lift your left.
Yeah, I'm doing
So-
it.
So, me being your reflection, I lift this side, right?
Fuck, you don't. You lift the same. You're a reflection of whatever I'm doing.
Right?
Yeah, and I'm
It's
lifting my
opposite.
left hand, so you're lifting your left hand.
No.
Oh my God! Yes, you are.
Right, Paul.
How would you? I'm not. There's not.
Look at yourself in the video.
There's not. Yeah, there's not two
Okay.
of me. How is there two? If there was two of me,
No.
then I would raise the opposite. There's not a little person living in the mirror.
John,
Do it.
I'm going to tell you 100% you're incorrect on this.
Wait, but look at your reflection.
I don't even.
Look at
How
your-
is this even an argument? Because it's not that I think that I'm so right. It's that I don't understand what you're saying
Right,
at all.
So look
Jojo, you get what I'm saying, right?
Just because there's two of you doesn't mean
No,
that there's not
look-
hundreds of
look-
people listening to this thinking you guys are fucking idiots.
Look at the video. Okay, so when you raise a hand, whichever
Hey,
hand.
raise a hand, John.
All right, so your left hand is raised.
Yeah.
But the John in the screen,
Right hand.
technically his right hand is raised.
Yes.
Because
This is my right hand.
So like turn yourself around and try to like be the person in the mirror.
Yeah,
Which
but this
hand
is-
would you have raised if you were the person in the mirror?
But this is a camera. This isn't the mirror.
No,
It's a mirror. A camera is a
Nope.
digital mirror.
Yeah.
No. But this
So,
stuff
ready?
on the wall right here above me is on my left side, and I'm looking.
But it's.
Yeah, but for the mirror version, it's on
this,
the right.
this is fucking ridiculous. What are you guys talking about? What? Okay,
We're gonna do a poll. We're gonna do a poll on Twitter and say if you're looking at
I'm one of those.
mirror,
I'm one of our 2 followers. So there we go. Good try.
I think we have 3 now. No, we have 5.
Oh, I don't know.
So follow us on Twitter, people,
Yeah.
and answer the mirror question.
At Question Talk, we're gonna put a poll up.
Oh,
What is
God.
the question? How do you even ask the question?
When talking to the man in the mirror,
When talking to yourself in the mirror.
if you put your left hand up on the mirror,
Okay.
No.
is the mirror's image his left hand or his right hand?
How do we ask this? If you're looking at a mirror and you raise your left hand, what hand is your reflection raising?
Yes.
Okay, and we're gonna put up a poll on our social media, and I think that's a good place to end the episode, right?
I think so. That was more energy. That was more fun.
There we go. Okay, we're gonna keep that energy going, and follow us on all social media. We're gonna resubmit our podcast to Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, whatever. Yeah, it's still iTunes, but there's 2 different apps for it now. But we're gonna do that, and then we'll be up on there soon. But Spotify all the way, picking my nose a little bit. Shane, you got anything to say to the people before we sign off?
Yeah, I'm mirror picking your nose with my right hand.
No, I'm using my left. So
Yeah.
but
My
you're
right.
not me. You're a different person, so you can use your right hand. But in
Look, we're
the mirror
mirrored.
image is using its left hand.
We're going to go look at our mirror.
Whatever. Check it out on social media. Let the people decide. And end to episode. Boom.
Bye.